Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. And I want you to take a moment to congratulate yourself for continuing to work on yourself. It is always good practice to do this, and certainly before today's episode, as we are going to be exploring doubts and the importance of preparing ourselves for damaging doubts that arise within our lives. So I'm going to be detailing some strategies to help you combat your doubts as they instantly strike, but also going through perspectives that you can explore that will help you develop and help you prevent your doubts from taking hold in the first place. So for those of you new here, my name is Lee, and I help others in the transition from past harming patterns. And in the title of the channel, it says recovery, and that can mean recovery from substance, but it can also mean recovery from past behaviors and past lifestyles that breached that connection with ourselves and that brought harm to our lives. So there is something here for everyone. So go ahead and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell for weekly reminders of episodes and guidance that can further help you with your transitions and further help you to navigate your challenges and your inspirations as well. And be sure to look in the description below for links that have more resources on this topic as well as other topics. And be sure to share. It's always important in these types of spaces to share. It's always important to at least share with ourselves the thoughts we are having. So go ahead and comment, suggest, and ask. So before we get on the work of mindset development, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about doubts. And I'm going to talk about the doubts that can stop us in our tracks, that can make us put our hands up in the air and say, forget about it. And I'm also going to talk about the doubts that can lead to burnout. Because to a certain extent, we start worrying when we think that we won't be able to meet our goals or that we're not good enough for the challenge. And these types of doubts create inconsistencies in how we connect to ourselves, because along with doubts comes the negative self-talk. And one thing to bear in mind when combating your immediate doubts is to accept that doubts are feelings and they will pass. And you want to make sure that you come out on the other end and doing okay with that. So anytime you get triggered by something that rattles you and you're doubting yourself, give yourself time to take big breaths and to calm down until you can start some rational thinking. And you can remind yourself of why you started your goals or why you started that project. Another thing is that doubts, in addition to being feelings, they are also distinct, articulated thoughts. And we need to be careful because we can find ourselves believing that we could fail based on the fact that our goal is all new to us, or believe that we don't have proper resources to keep going with that pursuit. So when in doubt, you always need to tap into your logic and realize those are your thoughts resisting change. And yes, perhaps you may not be as equipped as you like, but that doesn't give you a pass to talk your way out of something that you want for yourself. So be prepared to fight those doubts, because this is all about the habits and consistencies to stop those doubts as they hit before they lead you into giving up. Now, when it comes to creating mindsets that are key in preventing or lessening the occurrence of doubts, the first step is to affirm to yourself that any endeavor or any change and any challenge that you want to overcome, whether it's not relapsing or whether it's finishing a book or whether it's standing up for yourself, any goal is a journey, and this journey is about easy does it, and learning and connecting with ourselves and seeing what works and what doesn't work. That is all a part of it. So when you feel that you have a certain deadline or that you should be further along in your progress, you will start to doubt your abilities to achieve your intentions. And that's natural. So right out of the gate, be sure to approach your self-discovery as no rush to getting to the person that you want to become. By all means, stay consistent, stay in touch with your vision, but know that there is no timeline and that there is no finish line. Another realization that you want to take into consideration when combating your doubts is that you can't compare yourself to others. You can't compare your success to theirs and wonder why you haven't achieved that yet. And you can't compare to their failures either by seeing similar traits or circumstances within yourself. When it comes to self-discovery, you cannot compare yourself to others. Your circumstances and your challenges and your energy levels, your support systems, your inspirations, these are all yours. And yes, it's important to be aware of what you can learn from others and those that are making consistent positive changes, and also take note of people that are continuing to struggle as well. It's important to learn from everyone, but know that you are unique in where you are in the present moment. And there is nothing really to compare yourself to. There is no textbook version of what you are and where you are and who you are right in the present moment. And there is certainly no such thing as walking in someone else's shoes either. So when you find yourself comparing yourself to others and immediately start to doubt yourself, know that you are setting yourself up for unnecessary challenge and harm as well. So stick to what is in front of you. Another thing that can prevent doubts from kicking in is taking time to ground yourself in the realization that you will not succeed on inspiration alone. And I know that sounds like I'm raining on a parade, so I want to explain this a little further. Typically, when we find ourselves wanting something good for us, we want that sooner than later. We want that new job now. We want to be able to prove we are reliable again now. We want the weight to come off faster. So examples like that. We want our goals so much that they can seem very real and very attainable, which they certainly can be, but not without the effort, not without the time, and certainly not without the patience with the learning curve. So when we stop and look around and see that we perhaps haven't laid much groundwork, we start to doubt. We question if we have what it takes to reach our dreams or our needs or our wants. So during these times of impatience and doubts, be sure to stop and affirm that yes, desire is the spark, but it's the time and effort that will lead to the achievement. And don't beat yourself up over this one. It's natural to get excited about the things that we want for ourselves. So just remember to stay as calm and as focused as possible. The next thing you can do to fortify yourself against doubts is to make a list of what you feel could be holding you back. And this may seem counterproductive, but I want you to think about it. When you know that you can help yourself along, you lessen your doubts because you feel like you are at the helm and you feel some control over the situation and feel some control over a part of the solution as well. And when you pinpoint these areas that you would like to improve, whether it's negative self-talk or your ability to speak honestly with yourself, or perhaps it's your perfectionism or your procrastinations, when you do this, you are exposing the obstacles to your growth. And having an honest realization of your shortcomings gives you something to work with, and this will lessen your doubts. And certainly it will give you an opportunity to acknowledge the bigger picture. And always remind yourself that a shortcoming admitted is likely to open more doors than the shortcomings that are buried under the rug. And yes, this presents another layer of work, but these are all companions in long-lasting change. And admitting truth to yourself and admitting what you need to work on takes the edge off when it comes to doubts. Another thing to do in your self-discovery time is to create a list of the attributes that pulled you through difficult times. And was it a fake it till you make it approach? Or was it your ability to listen to others that care about you? Or was it your gratitude time in the morning? Perhaps it was your desire to stop the chaos and to take steps towards working towards that. So make a list of attributes and affirm to yourself that these have pulled you through the past, that these have pulled you through difficult circumstances, and these can and will pull you through again. And make time and effort to tap into those perseverant qualities when your times are going good and when you can have time to reflect on those qualities. This will keep you going because you are focusing on the positive qualities, and this gives you confidence, which can minimize those hurtful doubts from appearing. And make sure you keep that list handy when you feel the impact of your doubting thoughts and your doubting feelings. So always remember that doubts are thoughts and our feelings as well that can be intercepted on demand, and that you can prevent doubts from surfacing by fortifying yourself with some mindsets and practices. And always remember that slow and steady is important on this journey. There is no race and there is no end to what you can become and achieve. So keep evolving and beat those doubts one doubt at a time. And you will find in this self-discovery that the more you practice that the easier that will get. So what I've done is I've included in the links below some resources that will further help you with this topic. If you want to learn more about yourself and some resources and more about me, you can check out my website at recoverywithlee.com, and you can see me more on Facebook and Instagram. So go ahead and start thinking about your doubts, think about your doubts as they arise, and think about them when you're feeling grounded and doing well, and how you can prepare to combat them when they do happen. And in the meantime, take good care of yourself, and see you soon.